Have you ever wondered why a rainy day doesn't mean the climate is changing? Welcome to Class Bites. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of weather and climate, exploring how short-term conditions and long-term patterns shape the world around us. Weather and climate are terms that are often used interchangeably, but they describe very different aspects of the atmosphere. Weather refers to the short-term conditions in the air around us. It includes things like temperature, rainfall, wind, humidity, and cloud cover on any given day or over a few days. When you step outside and feel it is chilly, rainy, or sunny, you are experiencing weather. Weather can change from hour to hour and day to day, and it is highly unpredictable in the short term because it depends on a complex interaction of factors, including the movement of air masses, pressure systems, and local features like mountains or bodies of water. Climate, on the other hand, describes the long-term patterns of weather in a particular place. It is the general tendency of the atmosphere over decades or even centuries, not the day-to-day fluctuations. When scientists say a region has a tropical climate, a desert climate, or a temperate climate, they are describing what the weather is usually like over extended periods. Climate gives us an expectation of the types of weather that are common in a location, even if individual days may vary. For example, a city with a cold climate will generally experience freezing temperatures in winter, even if a few days are unusually warm. Similarly, a desert climate is defined by its long-term dryness rather than a single dry day. The processes that shape both weather and climate begin in the atmosphere, the layer of gases surrounding the Earth. Air moves and mixes constantly due to differences in temperature and pressure, creating winds, storms, and other weather phenomena. Warm air tends to rise and cooler air sinks, which sets up circulation patterns that distribute heat and moisture around the planet. These atmospheric processes are influenced by the Earth's rotation, the tilt of its axis, and the uneven heating from the sun. When air rises, it cools and condenses, forming clouds and precipitation. When it sinks, it warms and dries out. This constant movement of air and water shapes the immediate weather we feel, but when these patterns are averaged over long periods, they define the climate of a region. Climate zones are regions of the Earth that share similar long-term weather patterns. These zones include areas like the tropics, which are warm and wet for most of the year, temperate zones, which experience distinct seasons, and polar regions, which remain cold and often dry. The boundaries of these zones are influenced by latitude, ocean currents, elevation, and proximity to large bodies of water. For instance, coastal areas often have milder climates than inland areas at the same latitude because the ocean absorbs and releases heat more slowly than land. Mountain ranges can create rain shadows, where one side receives heavy rainfall while the other remains dry. Deserts often form in zones where dry air descends and absorbs moisture, preventing cloud formation and rainfall. These large-scale patterns are what make some regions hot, others cold, some rainy, and some dry over decades, even though daily weather can fluctuate wildly within the same area. Understanding the difference between short-term and long-term patterns is crucial. Weather is immediate and can vary significantly over hours or days. A sunny morning can turn into a stormy afternoon, and a calm evening may give way to gusty winds overnight. Climate, however, is measured over decades or longer and reflects the typical conditions a region experiences. While weather forecasts help us plan our daily activities, climate information helps societies prepare for broader challenges, such as agriculture planning, water management, and urban design. The distinction also explains why a single cold winter or an unusually hot summer does not necessarily indicate a permanent shift in climate. These are just short-term variations within a much larger, longer-term pattern. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts, or let us know what topic you'd like us to cover next in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.